family, it's your girl Guru G Chastity, and we are back with another deep dive. This month we are looking at chakra exploration and practical application. Listen, I know we went from a 16-minute video to a well over 45-minute video, but trust me, it is well worth it. So go ahead and get your pen and paper. Let's go. Chakra exploration and practical application. Pain point addressed. Carrying unresolved emotional wounds. Solution emphasis. We will dive into how each chakra holds specific emotional energies and can be balanced to help release pain from the past. In addition, we will engage this pain point by guiding you to understand how your chakras store emotional experiences and how you can gently release that weight through practical application. How this course helps. This deep dive provides a practical and intuitive approach to understanding your chakras as the energetic foundation of your emotional well-being. By exploring how each chakra stores and processes emotions, you'll gain tools to release pain, realign your energy, and cultivate a deeper connection with yourself. Through guided exploration and actionable techniques, this course helps you shift from overthinking into embodiment, allowing you to navigate life with greater balance, clarity, and emotional freedom. The key takeaways from this deep dive are: what is my vehicle of existence? What fuels my car? What are the chakras? The power of the chakras, and how to determine your chakra status. What is my vehicle of existence? Your vehicle of existence is your body and the story that goes along with it. But you are much more than your body and the workings of your mind. You are the awareness within your body, and you should not be relying on your mind to make decisions in your life. And here's how it works. You have your body, which is your vehicle of experience and a tool for learning. Inside your body, first you have your driver, which is your inner child, spirit, awareness, intuition, your feelings, your unconscious self, feminine energy. That is your driver. Then you have your passenger, which is your ego, your thoughts, your conscious self, masculine energy, and your mind. Your body is your vehicle of experience, meant to be the tool to help you balance the spirit within with your physical reality. Your driver is the God within, the extension of infinite awareness within you to collect data about your human experience, while your passenger is your ego, your mind, which is the meaning you make out of the experiences that you have. The spirit and the ego exist in duality in order for you to grow. And it is the perfect meeting of the infinite and the finite, meant to create something beautiful. But without this knowledge, it's easy to experience suffering, or what we know in Reiki as dis-ease. The reason we pursue healing to begin with is to close the gap of knowledge and ease suffering. When the driver is not given permission to drive by intuition, which is feeling your feelings, and is forced into places by the will of the passenger, which is the mind, so you think instead of feel, suffering is created through the mismanagement of emotions, which ultimately weighs down your driver within, right? This shows up in your everyday life as following what you think is right instead of what feels good to you. It's oftentimes can appear as the choice between hurting the feelings of others or hurting your own feelings. For example, In the past, and as I continue to cycle through learning, I make the honest mistake of holding back on sharing my needs or speaking up towards a boundary, and instead talk myself out of sharing or speaking up because I don't want to offend the other person or disturb the status quo that we have. Most of us think that addressing our emotions will feel too overwhelming, it's useless, we'll do it at a later date, it's scary, or just plain old don't know how to access the emotions after years and years and years of repressing how you feel. Or even then, our access to feeling in the body at the present moment is disconnected. And so Reiki and chakra work allow the driver within to regain control and navigate life more freely with the passenger's cooperation rather than its interference, okay? Thus easing the emotional weight. Now, okay, that we're clear on the mechanics of our human experience, let's learn how to easily get fuel along the journey. What fuels my car? Emotions are the gateway to your energy and can be easily understood as your attitude toward a person, place, or a thing. When we feel joy, love, or freedom, we are in alignment with our true nature and our chakras are flowing freely. Conversely, emotions like fear, anger, or powerlessness suggest blockages or imbalances in your energy field because those feelings are in direct opposition of who you are at your core. But emotions are never something to be feared or avoided. Each one is a signal, inviting us to check in with our inner world and see what's asking for our attention. When we repress emotions, we are actually limiting the flow of energy through our chakras, which can lead to signals of physical and emotional distress. So, understanding your emotions and being honest about where you are on the emotional scale is how you learn to master your energy. Just by acknowledging how you feel, you take the first step toward emotional healing and closing the gap by allowing your intuition to lead and your mind to observe. With that acknowledgement, we can use tools like the emotional guidance system, like the one created by Abraham Hicks to the left here, to raise our vibration and align our chakras, which we'll now take a look at before diving into the basics of each chakra. So the human default experience is boredom or contentment, which is what splits the top and bottom of the emotional guidance scale. Also known as the driver and the passenger, the wheel and the ego, as discussed from earlier sections. Contentment and boredom is one of the hardest human experiences to deal with because it requires extreme amounts of stillness. And as we see through the scale, we are constantly oscillating between various emotions up and down the scale. This is how Reiki teaches us that the only constant is change. You can pause it right here. You need to look at that scale, cousin. When you're low on gas, you should know how fast you're going. And so these are mental RPMs, thoughts per minute. When you have 0 to 50 thoughts per minute, you are inside wisdom. You're in deep thinking. You are riding with that premium, baby. You know, when you get to 50 to 100 thoughts per minute, we still at healthy thinking. We still got some healthy fuel, right? We still doing good. When we start to get into 100 to 200 thoughts per minute, we're beginning to overload. We're beginning to get into mild stress. We begin to ride around on E. But we saying, oh, I just got to go to my next stop before I stop for gas, right? Then we get to 200 to 300 thoughts per minute. And we out of control. It's out of control. We got persistent stress. Not only is we riding around on E, but now we getting unleaded in this Porsche of our body. We're putting unleaded in. Then we move from 300 thoughts per minute and above. We got mental burnout, extreme stress, big mama. At this point, you got your foot on the gas and the brake. We don't know which way to go. Learning what causes you to be separated from your true nature and low on gas by using the emotional guidance scale is just one way to use this really awesome tool rediscovered by Abraham Hicks. Now, before we look at each chakra and their individual powers, let's look at how they make us feel based on the emotional guidance scale. These are the emotions that keep you low on gas. I'm talk to you about what keep you low on gas, and then I'm gonna take you to what keep you loaded on gas, cousin. All right. So we have the root chakra. This is insecurity, guilt, unworthiness. This is emotion number 21 on the emotional guidance scale, and this looks like struggling with a sense of belonging or self-worth. Right? When we're also looking at the root chakra, it also taps into emotion number 2 on the emotional guidance scale, which is fear, grief, desperation, despair, powerlessness. And that shows up as feeling unsafe or disconnected from physical needs. Both feelings 21 and 22 have a lot of words because it's an intense feeling, right? So fear, grief, desperation, despair, powerlessness. Those words are describing a palpable feeling. That's why we have so many of those words, right? But as we move on to the sacral chakra, emotion number 20, like jealousy, we just need that one word. We know that feeling. We can easily call on moments of when we felt when we felt jealous, right? And jealousy looks like comparing one's creativity or relationships to others, right? And again, at the sacral chakra, the other low on fuel emotion we might feel is number 21, which is guilt and unworthiness. And this shows up as doubting your self-expression or struggling with sexuality. Remember, family, these are the emotions that keep you low on gas, okay? These keep you low on gas. When we look at the solar plexus chakra, back at it again with emotions number 21 and 22, which are insecurity and unworthiness. That looks like lacking confidence or self-respect when you're at the solar plexus chakra. It also can look like despair and powerlessness, which is feeling completely powerless or out of control. You're not tapping into the power source. You're low on gas here. What it looks like to be low on gas when you're at your heart chakra is emotion number 19, which shows up as hatred and rage. This can look like extreme anger towards yourself or others. It can also look like grief and despair, which can show up in your everyday life as heartbreak, feeling disconnected or isolated. And as we continue on, remember, family, these are the emotions that keep you low on gas. When we look at the throat chakra, using the emotional guidance scale, emotion number 16, which is discouragement. This shows up as lack of confidence in your voice or your ideas. It can also show up as emotion number 22, which is fear and powerlessness, which feels like feeling silenced, misunderstood, or being afraid to speak up. Okay? And then when we move on to the third eye chakra, discouragement. Emotion number 16 is what keeps us low on gas, and discouragement shows up in your everyday life as lacking trust in your own inner guidance, not being able to hear your own inner voice. And it also shows up in emotion number 21, which is insecurity, guilt, unworthiness, and that looks like self-doubt about your intuitive abilities. Last but not least, looking at the emotions that keep you low on gas, we have the crown chakra, which shows up again as emotions number 21 and 22, which is insecurity and unworthiness, feeling disconnected from spirit or doubting your worthiness, and desperation and powerlessness, which can show up as feeling lost, disconnected, or just spiritually unfulfilled. You know what I'm saying? So now, let's look at the emotions that keep you loaded on gas, because that's what we like. You know, every now and again, we know you're going to run out of gas, and we ain't going to sweat you, cousin. But we always need you to know how to get back to where you're trying to get to, okay? So looking at the root chakra, When you want to be loaded on gas, the emotions that you want to be looking for is emotion number 7 and number 6. We have contentment, which feels like feeling stable, grounded, and accepting where you are. And we have hopefulness, which shows up as a sense of optimism and finding stability and security in your everyday life. Right? That is the gas that you want to be looking for, the emotions you want to cultivate. When we're at the sacral chakra, we are looking at passion, emotion number 12 on the emotional guidance scale. And that looks like strong, creative flow and connection to your sensuality. You feel me? And then we have emotion number 3, which is enthusiasm, eagerness, happiness, which shows up as an excitement for self-expression and creativity. I love that one. When we look at the solar plexus chakra, this is how you keep your solar plexus loaded on gas. The emotion of empowerment, which is the number 1 emotion on the emotional guidance scale, which is feeling in control and confident in your abilities. And it also can show up as positive expectation or belief, which is emotion number 4. This is your ability to trust in yourself and feel capable. Right? Then we move on to the heart chakra. When we want to load up on gas with the heart chakra, we, again, love and appreciation, the number 1 emotion, which is unconditional love, acceptance, and compassion. This can also show up as hopefulness, number 6 on the emotional guidance scale, which is seeing potential for love and connection everywhere you look, right? Continuing on, getting loaded on gas, we're moving up to the throat chakra, which is the number 1 emotion is freedom, feeling free to speak your truth. We need that. And then we have optimism, emotion number 5, positive anticipation around communication, right? We can speak it, we can do it. And last but not least, but it's not last or least, it's the third eye chakra. When we want to be loaded on gas for the third eye chakra, we look to emotions of empowerment, which is to trust in your intuition and your inner wisdom. This can also look like positive expectation or belief, which is emotion number 4 on the emotional guidance scale, which is confidence in your own insight and your own vision. Now, last but not least, on what keeps you loaded up on gas when you're looking at your crown chakra, which is joy and appreciation. This is a sense of divine connection and peace. Right? And then this is going to also show up as passion, which is enthusiasm for spiritual growth and universal understanding. What are the chakras? The chakras are centers throughout the body that act like lungs, breathing vital life force energy from the ocean of energy into our body and distributing it throughout our system along channels known as nadis. Chakra is Sanskrit for wheel, and this serves to describe the spinning motion that the chakras employ to draw forth vital life force energy into our being. Each chakra correlates to an energetic feeling, i.e. your driver, and simultaneously to a physical location or organ in your body, i.e. your passenger. In this way, it is easy to relate each chakra to a car part in which you can easily learn about and take care of. In other sections, we'll learn about what chakra correlates to what car part and if you're in need of maintenance. Defining qualities of the chakra system. There are 7 main centers throughout the body, each one having a direct mind-body relationship to the area it governs. The corresponding system on the physical body is called the endocrine system, as the chakra system divides the emotional system of being a human being, or the emotional aspect of being a human being. The chakra system is made up of a single vertical power channel running from the crown of the head down to the spine, or to the coccyx, as we know, the tailbone. The emotional and psychological relationship. Each chakra has a relationship to our emotional and psychological selves. We develop each chakra for a period of 7 years before moving on to the next one. This begins at birth, as we emerge from the protection of our mother's womb and start to develop our relationship with the outside world. Each chakra represents a journey, beginning at the base or first chakra and moving up through each chakra in turn every 7 years into the age of 43, when we arrive at the crown chakra. At the end of our 49th year, the cycle is complete and we return to the first chakra. In this way, the chakras can be seen as a logical progression through life as we learn to deal with the outside world and its relationship with our own inner world. The soul incarnates in the physical world, which is represented by the vertical line from spirit to earth. Then the soul goes through 4 levels of interaction with the world as it develops, which is how I teach it: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. It is also believed that there are 2 secondary bases on either side of the Sushumna, which is the Ida on the left, which contains descending vital life force energy, which is feminine, and Pingala on the right, which contains ascending vital life force energy, which is masculine. The aim is to direct the energy of each secondary nadi into the central nadi, which is called the Sushumna, where it then ascends through each chakra in turn. Now that we've covered the basic defining qualities of your chakras, let's finally look at and learn the basics of each chakra as they relate to our physical world. What are the chakras? Starting with the root chakra, we begin from 0 to 7 years of age and revisit the root chakra at ages 50 through 56. The root chakra in Sanskrit is known as Muladhara, or again, the root chakra. The themes of the root chakra are earth, trust and security, grounding, stability. The color is red, the element is earth. The location on your physical body are your ovaries if you're a woman and your testes if you're a man. The main function of your root chakra is embodiment. I am. And the main expression of your root chakra is embodiment, which is you are being all of those positive I am statements you should be creating about yourself. And what causes the root chakra to be disturbed is being overbound, just being rigid. And the part of your body that the root chakra affects is your etheric body. I hope you guys remember the etheric body from our deep dive last month. All right. The next chakra that we are visiting comes to us at ages 8 through 14, and then we revisit it again from ages 57 to 63, and this is Sadvisthana, or our sacral chakra. Again, that is pronounced Sadvisthana or sacral chakra. I'm real control, you know what I'm talking about? So do what y'all can with that word, fam. And the theme of the sacral chakra is self-esteem, receptivity, creativity, sensuality, or sexuality. I want to add here, creativity does not always mean artistry. It just means making nothing from something. So you can make a meal, and that is tapping into your sacral chakra. The color for the sacral chakra is orange. The element is water. The location on your physical body is your adrenal glands. The main function of the sacral chakra is to provide a sense of self. This is the sacred home of I, right? The sacred home of I. Now that you have those positive I am statements, you can start working with it from the root chakra, right? And this is expressed as love and trust in the self, a responsibility to the self. But when you have a disturbed or blocked sacral chakra, you can begin to feel low self-worth, low self-esteem. And the sacral chakra affects our emotional body. Moving on from the ages of 15 through 21, and then again from 64 to age 70, we have Manipura, or the solar plexus chakra. Manipura, or the solar plexus chakra. And the themes here are power, identity, control, and motivation. This color is yellow for the solar plexus chakra. The element is fire. The location on your physical body is your pancreas. And the main function of the solar plexus chakra is to supply energy in the form of heat, power, and enthusiasm. This is your direct socket plug in thingamabob into source itself, right? And so the expression of the solar plexus chakra is being full of energy and vitality, and the disturbance of the solar plexus chakra is being hypoactive or hyperactive. And the solar plexus chakra is going to affect our mental body. Next, we have Anahata, or the heart chakra, which affects us from ages 22 to 28, and then again from ages 71 to 77. Again, this is Anahata, or the heart chakra. And this focuses on themes of compassion, selflessness, healing, and love. The color here is green, with the element being air. The location on your physical body is your thymus gland, okay? And the main function of the heart chakra is transformation, while the main expression of the heart chakra is truth, vocation, invocation, and responsibility to others and to yourself. While a disturbance of the heart chakra can be confusion and frustration, and the heart chakra itself affects our higher mental body. Because we have like a mental body, we have the conscious mind, and we have the super conscious mind. Moving up, we have Vishuddha, or the throat chakra, which affects us from ages 29 to 35, and again from ages 78 through 84. I am currently in the season of the throat chakra in my life, and so a lot of the themes in my life focus around communication, expression, being open, and just being free. The color affected by the throat chakra is going to be blue, and the element is ether. The location for the throat chakra is going to be your thyroid and your parathyroid glands. The main function of the throat chakra is communication, and the main expression of the throat chakra is awareness of and communication with spirit. You always communing. And the disturbance of the throat chakra is limited spiritual awareness. I ain't speaking the truth, so you ain't getting no truth. And last but not least, the throat chakra affects our physical body, our spiritual body. And then we have Ajna, or the third eye, which meets us at ages 36 through 42, and again from ages 85 to 91. And the themes surrounding Ajna, or the third eye, are perception, intuition, intellect, realization, just awareness in general. The color that we experience when we're at the third eye is violet. The element here is none, but it can also be seen as ether as well. The last three chakras can be seen as ether, but it just depends on who's teaching you. The location of the third eye is the pituitary gland on your physical body, and the main function of the third eye is to be your seat of wisdom, your seat of inner vision, or your center of inner vision, and the expression of the third eye is insight and knowledge. And the disturbance of the third eye is being dismissive of your own personal spiritual experience, right? You not claiming the gift and the talent and the treasure and the uniqueness that is you. And the body that the third eye affects is your casual body. Last but not least, I always jack this one up. The country about to be real deep. Sahara Swasra. Sahara Swasra, or the crown chakra, which we reach from ages 43 to 49, and back again from ages 92 to 98. And I know you want to hear it again, so I'm going to say it again. It's the Sahasrara, or crown chakra, which have themes of spirit, union, impermanence, contemplation, and wholeness. The color affected by the crown chakra is white, or depending on how we're using it now, I couldn't put white because we wouldn't see it. So sometimes you'll see the crown chakra displayed as like a light gray or a light purple. The element is none. Again, it can also be seen as ether. The location of the crown chakra is your pineal gland on your physical body. And the main function of the crown chakra is liberation, your personal liberation. It expresses itself through truth, knowledge, and bliss. And the disturbance of the crown chakra is being ignorant of your own spiritual nature. That is forgetting who you are, forgetting who you are, meaning that you think you just a person with all the problems, but you are much more than that. And that is what Reiki teaches us. And our crown chakra affects our etheric body. So now that we understand the physical world of the chakras, let's take a look at the emotional world of the chakras so that you can begin to build connections and identify where you might be experiencing blockages or imbalances within your energy centers. The powers of the chakras. Now that we've taken a look at the physical aspect of our chakras, now let's take a look at how we can use the emotions of the chakras to create within our everyday life. Starting at the root chakra. The basic emotion is fear and safety. This chakra is linked to feelings of security, stability, and survival. Fear often arises when you feel threatened or insecure. The basic action to engage with this chakra on your regular everyday life is positive I am statements. You have to speak positively about yourself and about your circumstance. We do not have time for negative thinking or negative speaking. The sacral chakra. The basic emotion is guilt and pleasure associated with creativity, sexuality, and pleasure. This chakra can evoke feelings of guilt related to desires or emotional expression. The basic action to engage your sacral chakra every day is to create nothing from something. I said it earlier. Creativity is not limited to artistry. Nobody said you gotta know how to paint, draw, or make pretty fancy stuff. You could go in there and make yourself a meal. That's creating nothing from something. Next, we have the solar plexus chakra. The basic emotion is shame and confidence. This chakra is tied to personal power, self-esteem, and confidence. Feelings of shame can arise from a lack of self-worth or like power struggles. But the basic action you can take is ground yourself by finding stillness. You're never too busy to take a moment and breathe. But if you don't take that moment and breathe, you'll reach for shame before you ever reach for confidence. So slow down and breathe, family. Next, we have the heart chakra. The basic emotions are love and grief. Centered around love, compassion, and forgiveness, this chakra can also relate to grief and heartache when we experience loss or rejection, as it pertains to other people or our own internal world. The basic action that you can take on a daily basis when dealing with the heart chakra is move toward yourself like you would anyone else. Every day, we move towards someone. And what I mean by that is getting someone to notice you, to engage with you, to tell you you're pretty. We do something every day to get the attention of someone else. But how often do we do something every day to get our own attention? To show ourselves, hey, I like you, Chastity. No, I don't do that. Chastity be loving on me. Side note, let me stop playing. Next, we have the throat chakra. The basic emotions are expression and anxiety. This is connected to communication and self-expression. This chakra can reflect feelings of anxiety or frustration when you're unable to express yourself. The basic action you can take here is take every moment you can to share your truth. Listen, think of it as temperature control. Hey, it's cold in here. Hey, it's hot. Hey, it's windy. Hey, it's raining. Never miss an opportunity to tell yourself or the world around you what the temperature is, right? The more you can get comfortable with that, the easier it'll be in all other areas of your life. So take a moment, every moment you can, to share your truth. Next, we have the third eye chakra. The basic emotions are intuition and confusion. This chakra relates to intuition, insight, and clarity. Confusion can arise when you struggle to trust your own inner guidance. The basic action here that you can do every day is stop looking for logical reasons and start expecting to feel. Stop looking to make sense out of every experience that you have in life and just try to feel. Don't try to get no information, just feel. And turn your body on. Turn the antennas on. Just start to feel. And that's all you got to do. Last but not least, we have the crown chakra. And the basic emotions here are spiritual connection and isolation. Associated with spiritual connection and enlightenment, this chakra can also reflect feelings of isolation or disconnection from the divine or a sense of purpose. And so the basic action that you need to take here is remember who you are. Okay? Remember who you are. You are not just your name and a story that come along with it. I am not just Chastity, a 29-year-old baker who is into spirituality, who has no contact with her parents, and X, Y, and Z. That is not who I am. I am Guruji Chastity, mother of love, daughter of well-being. Look, don't get me to get on this soapbox. That is who I am. And when I remember that I am Guruji Chastity, mother of love, daughter of well-being, rarely am I ever Chastity Stafford that has that sob story. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Okay, so perfect. Now that we a bit more clear on how you feel and how you can feel, let's figure out what you'll be using to determine the status of your chakras. But before we do so, now would be a perfect time to do a fun internal scanning body meditation. This 5-minute meditation will get you out of your head and into your body. It's fun, it's exciting, and it's creative. Here she comes. For this exercise, you will need to draw on your powers of focus and concentration. This is an internal scanning exercise. To begin, find a safe place where you will not be disturbed. Lie on your back or find the most sustainable seated position. Make sure you are comfortable and warm. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. Once more, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Close your eyes and relax as you begin to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now focus your awareness inside of yourself. Start at your feet and work your way up your body slowly. Ask yourself, what do I feel? From your feet to your ankles, from your ankles to your knees, you feel less or more tense than when you began? Don't draw any conclusions. Just observe and feel. From your fingers to your neck, from your neck to your head, from your head to your face. Are you relaxed? What does your body feel like now? Take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale out through your mouth. Begin to bring some movement back into your fingers and toes. Gently reach your hands above your head for a nice stretch. And slowly open your eyes. How to determine your chakra status. When you have an active chakra, the chakra is functioning as intended, showing a healthy input and output of energy. The person in question will definitely be fit and healthy. Different parts of their energy field, the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual bodies are very, very vibrant. Underactive, right? When we have an underactive chakra, the particular chakra needs some type of stimulation, perhaps in order to cope with, adverse conditions or physical ailments or the physical body, or just the energy field in general is underactive and underserved. When we look at passive or balanced chakras, the chakra energies are either at rest or in a harmonious balance of output and input. And remember, each chakra usually affects the chakra above and below it. It's not just impacting itself. Overactive chakras. The chakra is overstimulated, possibly because it's trying to eliminate imbalances in the body. According to deep shamanic practices, our luminous bodies can have a range of undesirable energies attached to them. Overactivity of certain chakras may be due to them trying to eliminate long-held imprints that are detrimental to our well-being, such as the imprints of addiction and abuse. And this is what it can look like when you have an overactive chakra. It just stuck everywhere, everywhere. Once you've determined how you feel and the status of your chakras, now is the perfect time to give yourself Reiki or schedule an appointment with a trusted healer like me, your cousin Ruji. We can get that set up. No problem, family. Thank you for watching, family. I will see you back here April 10th, 2025. Same time, same place, where we will be covering guided Reiki exercises. Don't forget, family, this is the Belief Law Mental Health Club, guided by Guruji Chastity. Here, positive self-belief is law, and to live fully is to feel good. Until next time, I love you, cousin. Peace out.